I'm Eric. Today we're going to take a look at ZOTAC's GeForce GTX 580. This is featuring the NVIDIA Fermi GPU. Just to give you a revamp, here's the GTX 480 right here. You notice a massive heatsink that they've included with this one. It was basically a reference cooler. The GPU that's under here is essentially the same as the GPU underneath the GTX 580, except this one's been revamped, revised, revision B if you want to call it that, just for argument's sake. The benefits are quite a bit more efficiency, and doesn't require that much power, and as you notice, it lacks that massive metal heatsink. So the card actually lost some weight here, switching their cooling solution up, and notably quieter fan. Power requirements are still the same, a 6-pin PCI Express and an 8-pin PCI Express power from your power supply. Otherwise, the shroud mounting and everything is exactly the same. Now, the difference between these two, besides just the internal changes and the heatsink, are the shader and clock. Basically, frequencies across the board have been improved. That would include your core, your shader, and your memory, as well as the memory bandwidth. The memory bandwidth comes in handy for things like graphic-intensive games. Here on the GTX 580, ZOTAC includes Prince of Persia. You've seen other games bundled with theirs that would take advantage of all that extra memory bandwidth. Now, that memory bandwidth will come in handy for things like anti-aliasing and anisotropic filtering. Probably most important improvement to this card here is that it doesn't require any more power than the GTX 480. In fact, they shaved a few watts off of it. So essentially, this is what Fermi probably should have been, but that's how tech is. Everybody does their part to improve as they go along. They put a lot of their own effort and research into making sure their cards last. Keep an eye out for probably the GTX 580 Amp Edition. Their current series out now features Zellman cooler, so we'll hope to see that again in the future. Thanks for watching.